Cool. And it's just going to come together like a little mix here. And then at this stage, what you want to do, and this is where a lot of people go wrong, is mix the flour in and they're just spending a lot of time folding that flour through and mixing the dough, which is what you want to avoid because that's what's going to affect your texture at the end. So I always just start with probably like half a cup.
And you'll see in the recipe that I've actually printed out, it's actually got 150 grams of flour to 300 grams of flour. And that's because it varies so much. I always used to say to my students, start with half the amount, which is the 150, and then if it needs it, if you're finding it hard to roll, I always encourage everyone to put a pot on, have water ready to boil.
And to hold its shape, there might be enough flour in here. That's really what we're looking for. Looks good, boss.
Do you need a bit more flour, honey?
Yeah, I just don't want to embarrass myself in front of like me, no.
Are you going to roll it here?
I might roll it here. Alright, so it's starting to hold shape now, and what Mum and I do is we just have a small pot of boiling and then
soft.
Alright,
Have a drink.
So, what we want to do is just cover the outside with flour, lay it out, and I've got dough all over me to be honest, so. Some off. And then what we're going to do is just roll it. Yeah, it's probably too soft. But this is a good way of learning. And then what we will do is just, with our fingers, you're just rolling with 4 of them, and you're pushing them out as you roll. And this part is a little bit technical, but you can just shape the dough if you're a bit uncomfortable this way. Until you get a long sausage log of sorts like this. Can everyone see that? And this is quite, you kind of got the power here to make the gnocchi size that you want. The smaller ones do look cute though. So, and then all you want to do is dip your knife in a bit of flour, and that prevents the dough from sticking on, and then you go through and you just cut off your little gnocchis.
So the dough, like, it's still sticky, okay? When I cut that, it's going to stick to my knife, okay? Yeah. Okay, so...
Fix it at home, because, you're stressed, you're on time, you've got to change the beds. No, I just like to pretend like I'm my mum, really. And I actually have been lately switching it up, and Mum...
Basil and Bob's yum.
So these are just all sauce ideas.
These are all ideas what you can do with gnocchi. You don't just have to do gnocchi one way. You can use the meat. To tell you the truth, I actually put mine in the oven. I like to get my ragu all ready and actually put it in the oven.
No, so yeah, it was really good. I mean, we just got to spend a lot of time together in Sydney, because we moved to Sydney for 6 months, and it was an adventure. We definitely fought.
Your family's home country. Yeah, that was really moving actually. Yeah, and we did, what did we cook? You join us later in the day at the other venue.
Yes,
We
the
will be
second.
cooking.
But yes, and we've done Vegas. I actually love regional WA more than anywhere else in the world. I'm so WA proud, and wherever I travel and they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, West Australia, the best place on the world. And it genuinely is. Like, we've got so much of different fruit and vegetables. And then when you think about seafood, WA is one of the most unique places in the world. We have our own kind of unique crustaceans, but we've got different warm and cold waters.
Yeah, he's amazing. And apparently West Australian oysters are really getting up there. Yeah, we're really getting there for premium oysters, so that's really exciting.
And WA's water,
yeah,
I would just pop it in, and if it falls apart, I would just add a little bit more flour and then roll it. I'll see if I can get oh yes, here we are. And guys, more flour would be better, or else it'd be playing on the line, but if you really want to impress someone, you can play it fine.
So this is what I was saying when they freeze, right? So you say we take the other pot off, Jen, and put this pot on, so that I can just...
Well, I just think you put the sauce in here and I'll pop them in here, then you serve.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
If it's one of the small cans, are you talking about the small?
Yes, right at this stage.
Oh, the big. Oh, there was probably a good cup of oil. Yeah. Too bad. I always make more
it varies on
sauce
how big they are.
which I wanted to add to this just so that I've got some cooked sauce because it hasn't had time to cook really. So this afternoon I'm going to be doing, you'll get the recipe sheet for this. Yeah. And I don't know if they're putting it up on a website somewhere. Yeah. It looks really pretty.
It's a potato masher. It makes the best mash.
Best mashed potato.
So, everyone here, what do you think your favourite
Top meals.